Pope Francis knew from at least June 23, 2013, that McCarrick was a serial predator. Although he knew that he was a corrupt man, he covered for him to the bitter end. Indeed, he made McCarrick's advice his own, which was certainly not inspired by the sound intentions and love for the church. It was only when he was forced by the report of the abuse of a minor, again on the basis of media attention, that he took action regarding McCarrick to save his image in the media. In this extremely dramatic moment for the universal church, he must acknowledge his mistakes, and in keeping with the proclaimed principle of zero tolerance, Pope Francis must be the first to set a good example for cardinals and bishops who covered up McCarrick's abuses and resign along with all of them. Joining me now to discuss this is Newsmax's chief political columnist, John Gizzi. John is also an authority on the Catholic Church, and thanks for being here again, John. Great to see you.
Thanks for being here again, John. Great to see you.
Thanks for having me, and this is a grave time for the Catholic Church, no question about it.
We must tear down the conspiracy of silence with which bishops and priests have protected themselves at the expense of their faithful, a conspiracy of silence that, in the eyes of the world, risks making the church look like a sect, a conspiracy of silence not so dissimilar from the one that prevails in the mafia.
Abusing the power of your office in regard to their sufferings over this horrendous, unconscionable evil which you have facilitated. On multiple occasions, you have violated your own standard of zero tolerance when it comes to cover-up bishops. You are doing it now with Donald Wuerl, who covered up for predator priests. You should have more than a week ago stripped him of his red hat, yet he still holds the office of cardinal with your blessing. A man who covered up a homosexual priest gay pornography ring while he was Bishop of Pittsburgh, and who Viganos says is lying. You have protected abusers of power, of office, and worst of all, young adults and even children. You have covered up for them. In some cases, you have drawn them close to yourself and taken them on as trusted advisors. And now, given the revelations over this past weekend from Archbishop Viganos' testimony, a testimony you do not even deny, it is now clear that you yourself are one of the cover-up bishops because you directly covered up for an actual predator, Theodore McCarrick, until the media heat got too great for you to withstand. You have violated your own zero-tolerance policy as it pertains specifically to your own actions and omissions. You have drawn into the temple of God, the most holy of sanctuaries, wicked men who have both raped and covered up the rape of innocence. Your hypocritical and shameless parade of empty words of sorrow and pleading for forgiveness are an egregious affront to those who believe in God, because you lack all sincerity. How many trips are you going to take, paid for by the faithful, where you continue to meet with victims, supposedly mourn with them, and then return to Rome and conspire with those who abused them or created the environment for the abuse, or both? The men you have surrounded yourself have no supernatural faith, for one with supernatural faith would tremble and drop dead of fright at the thought of being judged for what they and now you have done.